After President Vladimir Putin apparently misjudged Ukrainian resistance, he appears to be trying to make up for it with brute force, wiping out this neighborhood in Chernihiv. This is what's left of a school that officials in Zhytomyr say was hit by a Russian strike. And NATO now accuses Russia of using cluster bombs, indiscriminate weapons banned by many countries, though not Russia or the United States. Ukrainian civilians are paying a heavier price by the day as Russia's invasion grows more relentless and more reckless. With a chilling attack overnight on Europe's biggest nuclear plant. You can see Russian tracer fire in this black and white surveillance footage. Flames and flares pouring out of a building near the plant. Ukraine's President Zelensky calling it a night that could have stopped history. Speaking in Russian, warning radiation does not know where the borders of your country are. Tonight, Russia has seized control of the plant. UN officials say none of the reactors was hit and that no radiation was released. Meanwhile, Russian forces are having success in the south. After taking Kherson, now firing on Odessa and surrounding and attacking Mariupol, where the mayor says they're running out of food. Russia's apparent aim to cut off Ukraine from the Black Sea. In the capital, Kiev, there's now an urgent scramble to escape.
As Russian forces are getting closer to the city, people are streaming out of it. Parents are tethered to their children, they're taking their pets, they're taking their grandparents, and everyone is heading west. You're hearing the train announcements and the train whistles and these long lines of people climbing onto the tracks. It feels to me like another era.
The most crazy feel when you hear how kids screaming, mothers screaming. It's so crazy, that panic. You see how people so afraid.
It's been like this all day. There's a lot of confusion about where these trains are departing from. People had been waiting here on platform 9. There was just an announcement a few moments ago that the train to the west is actually leaving from platform 12. Now everyone is rushing there, and nobody wants to miss it. This is the push right up at the door. There's been some people dropping bags. We've seen people holding their babies up in the air as they're trying to cram as many people possible onto this train. A lot of families we spoke to said they decided this morning to pack up their house, come here to the station, and just head west.
Oksana is taking her 1-year-old. They're leaving her husband behind with no idea where they'll eventually end up. We're at war, she says. We have to get the children out. Oleksiy, staying behind to fight, told us saying goodbye to his wife and son is the hardest moment of his life.
President Zelensky, who has criticized the West for not doing more to help Ukraine, again today called for a no-fly zone, but NATO ruled it out, just as the United States has done.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.